Hi friends and enemies. Well, I've been reading The Art of War. That's why I said enemies. But anyways, today I just want to share with you guys some principles, some lessons from The Art of War. Now, The Art of War is an amazing little masterpiece. It was written by Sun Tzu, a general in the Chinese army, and he really emphasizes very important points that we would do well to consider. And this is applicable in all forms of life, whatever form of application you'd like to put it into: business, success, education, politics, everywhere. This book has infiltrated everywhere, and also it's actually mainly used in the military. And so it's a privilege to learn some few tips of life from this book. And I'm just gonna run through some things that I resonated with, and I hope you will do the same. I hope that they will do the same. Now, the first point that we will do well to consider is a statement here which reads, all warfare is based on deception. In other words, every type of war, every type of battle is based on deception. Now, unfortunately, this is true. And I'm not suggesting that you should go on and start deceiving people in order to win. But I'm saying, unfortunately, that's what life is. That's how unfair life has become. Look around you. Look at the companies, the big companies. How do they succeed? Do they not deceive us at some time and some point? Or at least use a form of deception and kind of like bend it and just call it something else, but we know it's out front deception. What about politicians? They lie to us, they lie to each other, make promises that they never will or intend to fulfill. That's what happens in this life, where deception is the central theme, the central rule of the land is deception. Deceive, and that's the only way you can get out. Now, I'm not saying this is how we should act, and let me just read quite what is meant by deception here. He says, when using our forces, we must seem inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe that we are far. When far away, we must make him believe we are near. Hold out baits to entice the enemy, feign disorder and crush him. And so that's what the world is doing to us. Most importantly, that's what our enemies, our personal enemies, that's what they do to us. And again, I'm not suggesting that you should go out and do this, but I am saying watch out for deception. Deception in school. Watch out for deception at work. Watch out for deception in the media. Watch out for deception in politics. Just open your eyes and do not just trust anybody by their word. No. Go a little deeper. Look into them. That's what it means to live life conscientiously. To know that, okay, that guy said this, or this company claims it can do this. It claims this product can do this. Can it really do this? Okay, do you hear me? And so that's the first point. Very important. This world we live in, all warfare is based on deception. Now, the next point that really caught my eye is, here we go. It reads, hence to fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. That's very important. It's not important to win all your battles, right? Some people are like, win. And this is how the world is today. We are so intent, so fixated upon winning that we lose. Do not so fixate yourself upon winning. It's not about how many battles it's not really about how many victories you won. It's about how many battles you fought. Therefore, the skillful leader subdues the enemy's troops without any fighting. He captures their cities without laying siege to them. He overthrows their kingdom without lengthy operations in the field. Today, people think the country that has the largest army is the best country, the one that fights all the time. Fighting is not the answer. Fighting is not really the answer. It's about how do you break the enemy's resistance without even fighting. Now apply that to your life, to your friends. I mean, not friends, enemies, frenemies, well, that come to you. Do not necessarily fight. We have these fightings here and there, ISIS, the Middle East. Fighting does not solve anything, and I'm sure you've seen that. But how do you break the enemy's resistance? And it may be that sometimes to break the enemy's resistance, you can do it by love. Do you know what love does to an enemy? There's this text in an ancient book, it's the Bible, right? It says that when somebody is your enemy and you love them, it's like as though you're pouring hot coals upon them. That's how you break the enemy's resistance, brothers and sisters. And now let's move to the next point. Oh, this is very phenomenal. Listen to this. It says, he will win who knows when to fight and when not to fight. He will win who knows how to handle both superior and inferior forces. Very important. You have inferior, but you also have superior forces. You have strong enemies and you also have weak enemies. And the fascinating thing is sometimes your weakest enemies can defeat you if you do not know how to handle them. So it's really about how do I handle my enemies? How do I deal with them? And that's up to you to decide. I'm not going to tell you how you do that, but I'm sure you should know how to deal with your enemies. As we've just seen, it's not really about the fighting. It's about how do you break their resistance with love, even. See, I'm adding some spices to the art of war, so I guess I should write my own art of war. Anyways, it says he will win whose army is animated by the same. Well, this book is mostly about army, military, but really, as we've seen, it's speaking to us as well. Alrighty. Now, the next point would be, alright, it says to secure ourselves against defeat lies in our own hands, but the opportunity of defeating the enemy is provided by the enemy itself. Oh wow, that's just a mouthful. Thus the good fighter is able to secure himself against defeat, but cannot make Satan certain of defeating the enemy. This speaks to, really, there's nothing you can do to defeat someone. In most cases, in all cases, they will bring that opportunity of defeat. And so that brings a very important point. It says, hence, the skillful fighter puts himself into a position which makes defeat impossible and does not miss the moment of defeating the enemy. Do not so fixate your mind upon success, victory, winning, as if it's a destination. Again, success is not a destination. Winning is not a destination. It's something continuous. And so, do not so focus so much on, I want to win, I want to get this award, that. No. Place yourself beyond the possibility of defeat. That is the key. Not just to victory, but to excellence. And really living a life of meaning and purpose. Make sure if this is your enemy, make sure you are at all points, if you eliminate any possibility of defeat, you are the winner already. And that brings us to the next point. And this is what Sun Tzu said. He said, a battle is won before it's fought. Now, if you don't think that's deep, I do not know. We should talk about depth of perception. But really the thing is, and this stuck with me. A battle is won before it's fought. How is that so? Because I, on this side, I eliminate any possibility of defeat, and therefore I am the winner already because I did that. And so do not fixate yourself upon, I want to win, I want to what. Just ensure that there's no point that you can be defeated upon, and you are the winner. Now, those were some of the points we're learning from the Art of War. It's really an interesting piece. Check it out. It's gonna blow your mind away and help you to live this life. Peace.